Evening.
Evening.
It'd be my pleasure and honor to invite you two lovely ladies for a drink.
All right.
All right. Good.
Welcome to Kermode Uncut. You probably would have seen over the weekend the news that Bill Paxton has died, and this touched me particularly. I just wanted to say a few words about it. Not because I knew Bill Paxton, because I didn't, but if you saw Twitter or any social media or any news stories for the last couple of days, you will have seen that loads and loads of people have been paying tribute to him, saying what a fantastic guy he was, what a great supporter of the arts he was, what a wonderful family man he was, and people have been saying that he was a really, really lovely guy, which is kind of what you'd expect. And not just because he's a terrific actor. I mean, you think of films like Aliens, in which he is probably the most quotable character in that entire film, or A Simple Plan, or One False Move, or Twister. Of course, any of the films in which Bill Paxton always shone. Somebody once described him as being like an A-list B-movie actor, somebody who could take any movie and turn it into something that was real A-list product. He was also a great director. He made a wonderful film called Frailty a few years ago. And he had a keen interest in music, and years ago he directed a music video for Fish Heads by Barnes & Barnes, which is one of my favourite music videos. When I first saw it, I didn't know there was any connection between Bill Paxton and that video. It's a really, really wonderfully strange piece of kind of video art. The reason I wanted to do a blog was because I've always felt that movies have a very personal relationship with people. You remember where you were when you saw certain films, and I've always said you can find friends through liking the same films. Well, many years ago, I was living in Manchester and I went to Corner House to see Near Dark, and I went with a friend who subsequently became my wife. We've now been married for 25 years, so it was essentially our first date, and we both loved Near Dark. And I remember really clearly going to see it, sitting there watching the film, being really swept away by it, and afterwards thinking, I really love that film, and I really love the fact that I'm with somebody who really loved that film as much as I do. You know, I've often said there's a thing called the Mary Poppins test, which is, for me, if you don't like Mary Poppins, you and I probably aren't going to get on very well. Well, in my own life, Near Dark played an incredibly important role. It's a film for which I have a great sentimental affection. I know some people will think, oh, it's a gory horror movie, you know, full of violence and bloodshed, and yet it's very, very romantic. And, well, when I think of it, I always think of it fondly. I always think of it as something which was just important to my emotional life. And I think of it as something which really effectively changed my life because of who I saw it with and because of the fact that we both loved it. For that, Bill Paxton, thank you very much.